A man nearing 40, still just a marketing employee at a toothpaste company. He wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, and no one paid him any special attention. Yet, in less than a decade, he built a multi-billion-dollar empire from a can of drink that no one in the West had ever heard of. So the question is, how did he do it? And why is the whole world now drinking that beverage? In 1982, at a modest hotel in Bangkok, Thailand, an Austrian man had just stepped off a 10-hour flight. Exhausted from jet lag, he wandered into a small roadside convenience store. There, his eyes landed on a small aluminum can with 2 Red Bulls charging toward each other beneath a rising sun. The drink was called Krating Dang. With just one sip, he felt completely reawakened. The fatigue vanished. That man was Dieter Mateschitz, a marketing executive at Blendax, which at the time was a subsidiary of Procter & Gamble. What was in that drink that he couldn't forget? And why did it become the idea that changed his life? To understand the weight of that moment, we have to rewind many years. Mateschitz was born in 1944 in Austria. He came from a modest family. He studied marketing at the Vienna University of Economics and Business, and it took him 10 years to graduate. Not because he was lazy, but because he worked various jobs to support himself along the way. After graduation, he worked at Unilever, then moved to Blendax, selling toothpaste and personal care products. For nearly 2 decades, he traveled constantly, studying customer behavior, learning how people in different countries reacted to the same product. He didn't own any product. He wasn't an inventor. He had no major capital. But he had one thing: an unshakable hunger to learn. He read marketing materials daily, carefully noted the successes and failures of past campaigns, and quietly observed the small details that others overlooked. Do you think an ordinary marketing guy could pull off something extraordinary? Could someone transform a multi-billion-dollar industry using just skill, patience, and relentless learning? After experiencing the powerful effect of Krating Dang, Mateschitz didn't stop at personal curiosity. He asked the real question: who makes this drink? The answer: Chaleo Uvidya, a Thai businessman of Chinese descent and founder of TC Pharmaceutical Industries. Krating Dang was his creation, made specifically for Thai laborers and truck drivers who needed to stay alert while working. Mateschitz met with Chaleo and made a proposal: let's take this product global. Chaleo agreed, on one condition: the drink would need to be reformulated to suit Western tastes, and Mateschitz would handle all branding, marketing, and distribution. A nearly 40-year-old man with no big capital, just expertise and sheer willpower. Could he really build a brand from scratch? In 1984, the two officially founded Red Bull GmbH in Austria. Shares were split evenly: Mateschitz 49%, Chaleo 49%, and 2% reserved for operations and legal structure. But nothing was easy from that point on. When Mateschitz presented the product to Austria's Food Safety Authority, it was immediately rejected. Too much caffeine, strange packaging, and unlike anything in European beverage tradition. He was turned down, not once, but multiple times. For 3 years, he resubmitted documents, revised the formula, and tried to prove its safety. At the same time, he worked quietly on a marketing plan. No TV ads, no discounts. Instead, he thought differently, sponsoring extreme sports like racing and skydiving, using small cars with Red Bull logos to hand out samples around universities, creating scarcity by only selling in select places, sparking curiosity among young people. While others tried to reach the masses, he targeted the few who influenced the many. Have you ever thought that sometimes the niche is actually the main road? Would you dare to go 3 years without revenue for the chance to enter a billion-dollar market? In 1987, Red Bull finally received approval and launched in Austria. The initial reception was mixed. Some said it was too sweet. Others thought the logo was too aggressive. But young people, they were hooked, drawn to its rebellious energy and fresh identity. Soon, the drink expanded to Hungary, the UK, Germany, then across the oceans to the US, Japan, and Australia. From a roadside can in Bangkok, Red Bull became the world's #1 energy drink brand, now available in over 170 countries, selling over 11 billion cans every year. With a company value around $25 billion, Dieter Mateschitz, the man who took 10 years to finish university, the man who started as a quiet marketing employee, became one of Europe's most influential entrepreneurs until his passing in 2022. We often believe that to make it big, we need a groundbreaking invention or a once-in-a-lifetime idea. But Mateschitz' journey tells us otherwise. It was persistence in learning, quiet observation, and constant self-improvement that allowed him to see what others dismissed. Red Bull was not his invention. It already existed in Thailand, with a limited local market. But through deep knowledge of marketing, consumer psychology, and long-term strategy, he turned an unknown product into a global icon. Throughout Red Bull's growth, Mateschitz didn't stop at one success. He expanded the company in ways that broke every traditional marketing rule. While Pepsi and Coca-Cola battled through mass advertising, he built a brand ecosystem based on experience and community. Red Bull sponsored extreme athletes, launched events like Red Bull Cliff Diving and Air Race, and even owned a Formula One team, Red Bull Racing, not just to sell drinks, but to sell a feeling, to represent a lifestyle that pushed limits. To him, a brand was not just a logo or packaging. It was the total experience people associated with the name. And that level of vision didn't come overnight. It came from thousands of hours spent learning, experimenting, and quietly refining. Even after Red Bull exploded in popularity, Mateschitz stayed private, rarely appeared in public, never boasted on the media, and devoted his time to reading, building, and thinking long-term. He lived the way he succeeded, silently but powerfully. So what's the real secret? It's not luck. It's not invention. It's this: successful people always find ways to improve themselves. They read every day and constantly learn to grow their expertise. They never waste time on things that don't move them closer to their goals. They know time is incredibly valuable and should only be spent on meaningful work. Self-improvement is a commitment to daily action and discipline. The journey of Mateschitz is proof of that. He didn't need to start early. He just needed to start right. He didn't need to be born wealthy. He just needed to improve himself constantly. And because of that, he saw opportunities millions of others missed. What about you? Are you using your time each day to move closer to your goals, or just repeating things that keep you stuck? Leave a comment below. If you had 1 hour a day to learn something new, what would you choose? Who knows? Your answer today might unlock a future you never expected.